Yo, what's up everybody? This is Ben, we got Tanaye here. Welcome back to our channel. And today we're coming at y'all with a new video. And it's 17 perfect pieces of advice for married couples. I say that right?
Yes.
Alright, yeah.
Just a note, these are not our pieces of advice. I actually found an article. It is off of BuzzFeed actually. So I just wanted to read through them and see if we agree or disagree or have any comments about it. So let's see what these pieces of advice are.
Let's see.
Okay. Advice number 1 says, manage your expectations.
I mean, when you put it in context, if you put it in context correctly, yes. I feel like that's a good piece of advice.
Yeah, I feel like so what do we mean by expectations? Because there are some things that I'm expecting out of marriage. Like, I expect you not to cheat. I expect you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. I'm like, but they said manage. So I guess you need to manage whether you have realistic expectations or if your expectations are just crazy. Like, I expect him to pay for every single thing and I don't have to work. You know, that's not everybody's. That ain't everybody's story.
Or
you know?
I feel like you manage your expectations. I feel like living, well, like you say, realistic, but I feel like living in reality. If this person is doing stupid stuff when you guys are not even married, and you think marriage is going to fix that,
yeah, that's not. Those are not realistic expectations. Like, marriage ain't gonna change nobody.
Nope.
So
you just stuck with that same person. That's about it.
So we agree with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manage. That's the key word. Manage.
Yes. Number 2, never assume. Ask.
Definitely. Yeah. I don't got time. I'm not a mind reader.
That will save you some arguments. Now, women are kind of known, but in our defense, we feel like
you should know me.
Not you should know me, but we feel like it's common sense. Like, some stuff is just common sense. Like, why don't you understand what I'm saying right now? And we're not physically saying it. We're kind of like showing you what we mean, and you're not getting it. Like, I don't understand why you're not getting it.
Just say it.
That's how women are.
How about that? That's how I am. I don't got time to be a mind reader. I don't got time to be all that. Say what you feel so we can get to the root of the problem or whatever. Yeah. Resolve it and keep it moving because I don't got time.
That eliminates a lot of unnecessary misunderstandings, I'll say. Not necessarily arguments, but a lot of misunderstandings that could be avoided by you just telling them. And it's not always women.
Yeah,
you know, it's
but
people.
A lot of the times I feel like it's minor. Like you said, it's not always women. It's men too. Men do the same thing. So I'm not going to put it on a woman. But a lot of the times it's something minor. So if I know Tanaye has an attitude and she doesn't tell me.
Attitude? When do I ever?
And she doesn't tell me why she has an attitude, I'm not even going to ask. I'm going to let her come to it. So she's gonna tell me eventually. So I'm just going to let her have her attitude.
Y'all, they used to irritate.
I'm going to let her have her attitude. And it's going to seem like, yeah, I don't care. But I know I'm not going to get into a not meaningless argument, but like a unnecessary argument. So when she comes around and tells me why she's upset, then we'll deal with it from there. I will move accordingly.
Number 3, remember to always say I love you and thank you. Yo, I think people forget, especially when you've been married for a long time. We've only been married for, it'll be 7 years next month. And I feel like it kind of it's already starting to happen. You know, I do say thank you sometimes, but when it's like you just expect them to do certain things and you kind of take it for granted. Like, he does the dishes a lot. That's what he does. Like, his part of the, I guess you can call them chores. You know, I have stuff I do, but do we say thank you to each other when we do them? Or do we just expect the person to do it? You know what I mean? So it's like...
And on the other hand, it's not necessarily expecting them to do it. It's you can just get into the place where you're like, well, they know, you know, I appreciate what you're doing. So you don't necessarily say it, or
right, but is it?
But you know, it's good to hear. Just you know, that's with anything in life, especially in marriage. But that's with anything in life. You're doing a great job of work, but you don't hear that confirmation like, oh man, you're doing a great job. I really appreciate it. So you don't feel like you're doing it. Yeah. You know. So. And I love you important. Too. Like, I love you is very important. I feel like.
I'm like, how often do we just like say that? Like, oh, I love you. Like, or I'm leaving. Bye. I love you. Like, I don't think we say it like that. It's like we just know that we love each other. You know what I mean?
And that don't make you.
That don't mean that's.
That don't mean you love them any less. But
it doesn't.
It's important to, just to say it out loud.
I agree with that one. So, that's something to work on. And, sometimes you don't realize when things are like that. Not that it means your marriage is going in the crapper, but it's just little good things you should keep doing, even though you've been married for a long time. I don't want to be at 30 years and we ain't said I love you in like 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to get there. So, yeah, that is something. That's a good piece of advice. Continually fall in love with your partner.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like the old saying, just because you're married, don't stop dating, don't stop, treat her like you still trying to make her your girlfriend, or like you just became girlfriend and boyfriend, like in that stage. It's not gonna always be like that, but you always want to show that and be in that state of love at all times, I feel like.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to feel love. And I mean, if you're married to somebody, you committed to them for the rest of your life, you want to feel love. No matter how long you've been married, I want to feel that love. It may not be exactly how when we first met or when we first fell in love, but you still want to feel like this person really loves me.
And that's the flip side of that too. We just said, talking about saying I love you. I feel like a lot of times, if you just show that you showing your love, they can feel that you love them. A lot of times, and we're not saying it's still important to say I love you, but a lot of times, and you can trick yourself and say, well, I show that I love her. I'm not just saying it. Those are not just words. These are actions. So I
think some of this, and I think we should probably do a video on it too, the love languages. Yeah. Because it's like some of these touch on the different love languages. So for some people, saying it may not mean that much, but you doing certain actions or buying gifts or whatever, that really shows you. So I think it all comes down to, with any advice, it all comes down to knowing your spouse. Yeah. Like, what works for y'all? Do you know your spouse? And that's what you do. So I mean, this is good advice, I believe, for every couple, but you have to put the weight where it needs to be for your marriage, if that makes sense. Like, for these pieces of advice, which one is weighted heavier, like the one you really need to focus on, because that's what my partner needs, or that's what, you gotta know your partner. Right. So, when that book Love Languages came out, it like blew up because I don't think people thought about it.
People wasn't thinking of it like that.
People are so different, and you usually marry somebody who's like completely different. Like, I don't know any couples who get the same love language, but that's a whole different video. We should do one on the love languages and like take the test and know our love language. Number 5, don't be so quick to judge.
Well, that's definitely great advice. I don't have that problem, thank God. But that's great advice.
What? I'm trying to think like what.
I'm not saying she has that problem,
of that.
But I don't have that problem.
Well, I'm trying to think of an example.
So what does it say right there? Just like read that. What does that say?
So it says, if I had to whittle it down to one piece of advice, it's never to accuse, but to inquire. Okay. Gain your partner's perspective before rushing to anger. Judging too quickly or too harshly is an avoidable cause for many, many fights.
I mean,
okay. Yeah.
I mean, give me. I feel like, okay, so that's basically saying if something happens, how about you figure out why they did this instead of just like, I guess it's like
jumping to a conclusion. Or if they even did it, almost. Right? Or so I think I do this only because I'm an overthinker. So sometimes something will happen and I feel like it's a whole nother reason. It's deeper. It's this, and he's just like, I mean, it's just Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like, so, that does happen. Now that I read that, I'm very much an overthinker, and I'm, it is better to talk rather than to just go down this. You can go down this whole wormhole of your own thoughts.
I'm gonna have to find that picture. I don't know if I put it up or not, but it's that I posted it like a couple years ago, and it was like the husband and wife. They were sitting on the couch. The husband looked like he was thinking super hard, and she was like, "Oh my God, he doesn't love me. He hasn't really been talking today. He's been distant." And then in his mind, he's like, "A motorcycle won't start. I don't know why." And like it's stuff like that.
That's us. Like, that is legit. I will go down a whole like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what's happening, and he's just legit thinking about.
I'm trying to figure out something. I'm like,
probably something related to food, and it's just. not that serious.
My toe been hurting. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
And I'm over here thinking, oh my gosh, like. But yeah, don't be so quick to judge. That's good advice. You know, just calm down. Let's talk. Like, hey, honey, why is this? You know, whatever.
That's why I say just ask.
Number 6, don't give 50%. Give 100%. Yes. Like,
I don't like when people say, "Oh,
I hate that saying."
Give 50-50.
Marriage is 50-50.
No, it's not. It's 100-100.
You know, like we need to give full everything. Like we're not making 100 together. We need to come fully. You know, I'm for this. You know what I mean? I'm for this marriage, and I'm gonna work.
I'm 100% in. Because that means you're 50% in. That means you got one foot out.
That means
one foot in.
That means where's the other 50% of you? You know what I mean? Like what? Yes, 100, all day, every day. Okay?
And because of what we believe in our faith, that's on another level as well. So we're not going to get too much into that, but it's 100%. Marriage is work. It's hard work, and it's worth it. If you ask me, it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. It is hard work, though. I think that's what people don't realize. They're like, oh, I just want to get married and everything's going to be so perfect. Y'all, not that it's hard. When you don't know it's hard work. You know what I mean? Like when you going into it thinking, oh, this is gonna be great, I'm a cook and he's gonna love me and work and it's just gonna be perfect, and then you don't realize you gotta work. That's probably what makes marriage so hard. You know what I mean? Because it don't have to be that hard.
Most people's goals is to get married, but your goal should be staying married.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Number 7, don't badmouth your partner to other people.
Heck no. I don't badmouth my wife at all, but like if I'm telling something, it's like in a joke, I'm laughing about it.
So this is my
badmouthing is if I'm going to work and I'm over here talking, my wife, man, she be tripping, man. She over here, she not doing laundry, she ain't cooking. You know what I'm saying? She always being nosy in my business.
We're talking about like the bedroom,
personal stuff, like
stuff that people don't need to be
at all.
People don't need to know this. You know what I mean? That's badmouthing. Now, do I talk to my girlfriends like, man, I wish you would take the trash out, or little stuff? Yeah. I don't feel like that's bad mouthing. I think that's just you live with the person 24/7. You can have something. You know what I mean? Like something's gonna irritate you. It just is.
When I talk about an instance, I think it's funny when I say things. I'm like, bro, like I asked her, did she want something to eat, and she said no, and I go to the thing. She literally said she didn't want this, and then when I come home, she's like, let me get. I'm like, bro. That's funny, right? Like I'll say something like that, but I'm not gonna be like, "Oh my god."
Bad mouthing is more like you're like telling all their business. And you're fed up. You like can't stand them. Like we don't do that, especially like to your family. Number 8, don't expect them to read your mind. Did we already talk about this?
Oh man,
I feel like we talked about this.
That's in the scripture.
Anyway, you're irritating. I don't think we need to go back over it. Okay. I feel like they're attacking women. Was this written by a man? This had to be written by a man.
No.
You're attacking women, okay?
No. It goes both ways. I'm going to say now, I mean, a lot of the times it's women, but like it goes both ways.
It does. So this is why
just
we always
on what
say,
type of person you are.
In an old video we did, we talked about like, I forget what the name of the video was, but we talked about our advice, and one of the main things was like communication. This stems back to communication. Like, it shouldn't be, well, he should know, blah, blah, blah. You gotta talk. Like, honey, I'm going here, and, I'm doing this today. Did you, what was you doing? Like, so we can be on the same page. Little stuff like that. And that may seem like that is real. Like, why do you have to do all that? It's just,
so we can
communication.
Be on the same page.
We need to be on the same page, because I don't need you getting, like, let's just talk about something small. Let's say we needed light bulbs. I go to the store and get the light bulbs. I didn't tell him I was going to get the light bulbs. He go get some other light bulbs. Now we got a bunch of light bulbs. You know what I mean? Like, we would just talk. Like, I'll get the light bulbs. Cool.
And it's not a horrible deal. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
I just use that as a small example.
At the end of the day, we got endless light bulbs now. But
no, but I'm saying stuff can be like,
dang, I done wasted some money. You know
basically, if you just would have told me you were getting, stuff like that. Just communication. Number 9, invest in wireless headphones.
Well, that's all I invested in. So I don't know what.
But why?
So what are they saying?
This is a person saying, I'm 46 and I've been married for over 20 years. My wife says the secret to our marriage is wireless headphones for TV in our bedroom. See, that's...
Is that for like kids to not wake up? Like?
No, I think it's like if she's trying to sleep and you're watching TV, like just having your headphones on, which I get, but we don't have that problem, so...
Yeah, I got a man cave, but yeah, wireless headphones, man, you know what I'm saying? Beats.
That wouldn't be my piece of advice, because I don't...
Yeah, that's too.
Now I will say because sometimes like I'm about to watch TV or do something and you like have a loud video on your phone or something. That is annoying.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of what they're talking about. Like put some headphones on. Like don't be.
I do that sometimes.
You do.
I got these. You can put it in either ear. So I put it in one ear and I just look at my videos or whatever.
I don't know if that would be.
But that's not like
advice.
For marriage, really.
Yeah. They could have left that one out. Number 10. Make sure your partner is your best friend no matter what. Yes.
This is true.
We are legit best friends.
I wish I would have said it. Like I always thought about it at our reception, and like Sheldon was like, "Oh, I was her first best friend," and then like Shanice was like, "Oh yeah, it was my best friend." I should have said, "Look at me, I'm the captain. I'm the best."
Was that movie even out?
I don't know.
That's awful.
But I'm the best friend. I forgot. It's a Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
It was. But yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, at that time, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time. But I thought about it like when it was over. I was like, dang, I should have said like I'm the best friend. Like it's me now.
Best friend. I feel like it should happen naturally because you're legit with this person every day. It's bound to happen. Like if y'all don't naturally become even if you weren't best friends before you got married, which I hope you were, because we were. It's just that connection. Not only are we married, but we're friends. Like we like each other. You know what I mean? That's important.
We can tolerate each other.
Love is cool, but love is
tolerate
important.
a lot of people.
I cannot.
But
Look,
she can tolerate.
For some reason, I can tolerate him, and he does irritate me, but it's not to the point where I'm like I cannot. And there's a lot of people I feel that way about. I'm like, make my distance. Like I can't. I don't want to distance myself from him forever. You know what I mean? Number 11. Don't keep score. That one is hard.
Like, so what's their...
Like, I see that as, like, bringing up stuff. Or, you remember I was right about that. So, or, like, keeping count of... It could mean a lot of things. Like, when you win an argument, keeping count of how many times you was right. Or keeping count... or, like, keeping track of what you've done wrong. Like, well, you keep doing... You do this, you do that. Like, keeping count.
Yeah, I
don't think we do that. But that's dangerous though.
Yeah, it is.
Like if you gonna
I can't. Because I don't remember. Two, it's just like you know what I'm saying. Tomorrow I'm not gonna remember that I made this video. I'm just joking. But like some stuff like I don't remember. Like she would have to bring it up for me to even recollect it.
Sometimes I do bring stuff up, but I don't feel like I'm keeping score. Like, well, you did this, and that, and like.
Nah. But that can be. Like if you keeping score, if you like keeping tabs on that, like, that's not
irritating.
good. It's irritating.
You got time to do that?
Like you write it down. What you do?
You got a whole log. Well, on December 28th,
right? You got the date, the time.
You was doing like I don't have time.
I ain't got time for that.
No. Number 12. Instead of finding the perfect person, find who's right for you. This is before marriage advice.
Yes.
This is not advice for married people, for a married person. This is for
a person that's looking to be married.
Even in marriage, if you expecting him to be perfect or her to be perfect, you can scratch that because it ain't no such thing.
Well, yeah, that goes back to like rule or the first one, like the expectations. I feel like you should have your concrete expectations or standard, like realistic, not like super crazy, but like. These are the things like really that I'm looking for, and the person don't have to be perfect.
There's no such thing.
Come on now. Perfection is for God and God only.
Understand what makes your partner feel loved. So that goes back to the love languages, which is that's a separate video. We're not going to talk too deep about that, but yes, important.
Very important. Very important
because you could be loving them completely the wrong way, and it don't work.
But. If you're on the end of like, I don't know, the not feeling loved part, I feel like you should really understand that even though he's loving you or showing that he loves you the way that you can't can't process, he's still showing you that he loves you. He's trying to show you that,
like that though.
But and on the other flip side, he has to understand what makes you feel loved.
That comes back to the communication. You have to communicate. Like, I feel like most of these are coming back to
just don't bite his head off, though.
That's why we say communication is the key, because most of the issues come back to, let's talk about this.
Just don't bite his head off. That's all I'm saying. Or her head off.
So, number 14, treat your marriage like a business.
It's like 50-50 with me, because like we said, marriage is hard work and everything like that, but you want it to run efficiently. That's how I feel. Not necessarily like a business, like we're in a business relationship, but like you want it to be efficient, especially if you have kids. You want stuff to be in place,
I guess so. Routine. If money is involved, people usually,
it's a business.
I'm saying if you're doing something and money is involved, like money's on the line, you're gonna work for it. You know what I mean? So if you think of it like that, I guess I could see that. Like if we think of it like my marriage is on the line, I gotta work. Maybe, I don't know.
Just the efficient part. You want your marriage to run efficiently, and that's on the other side of marriage. I feel like where finances come in and other things, not dealing with the emotions and stuff. Just we got these bills, we got our mortgage, we got this. You want everything to be in place. You want it to run smoothly, so there's no hiccups.
Okay.
I feel like that.
Because your business can go bankrupt if you don't.
Yes.
Number 15. Treat your partner as if they're the love of your life. I would hope you do.
I mean, better. I mean,
are they not the love of your life? Well, I guess they may be the love of your life, but you're not treating them that way. There's plenty of people that do that. Like you know you the love of my life, girl, but you not acting that, right?
That's what I say.
Yes. Let your actions speak.
Action speaks very loud.
They
say actions speak louder than words.
I think
but make sure I say I love you.
Yeah, both are needed.
Make sure you say words.
Number 16, stop taking other people's advice all the time.
Very true.
Yes. Now, we're giving you advice, but like I said, every marriage is different. So you can't take everybody's advice and run with it like, oh, well, they do it like this, so I'm going to run with it.
Don't try to clone your marriage after somebody else's marriage.
Please do not.
I mean, and it's not bad to like, okay, you see, okay, that's nice, but like to be like, oh, I need to do everything they doing
or everything they told me to do. No.
Basically, here's an example. This don't have nothing to do with marriage, but on a great movie called Cool Runnings, he wanted to do everything like the Swiss. Mm-hmm. Like everything, he was like, Swiss don't do this, still don't do that, and it was like, we're not the Swiss. We're Jamaican. Like
your Jamaican accent.
No, I'm not saying. That's what they was just saying. Like we're not the Swiss, so we can't. You keep on saying do this like this. We're Jamaican.
Yeah.
Like we gonna do stuff like Jamaicans. Like we're not gonna do nothing Swiss. But it's not bad. Like I see where he wanted to go with that because he wanted to win. He wanted to be.
And they
great.
were great.
They
so
were
he
great.
wanted to be great.
But you can take bits and pieces. Don't clone.
Same thing with marriage. Like you can feel like their marriage is great. This is the other thing.
You don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
You don't know nothing. Like you may hear now. People give you plenty of advice. What you do, what they say is take the meat and throw away the bones. Yeah. You take that stuff like that could really work for us. I'm gonna take that, but I'm not gonna take that other part because that doesn't really I don't really need that or that don't really work for us. You gotta know. That's why I say you gotta know your spouse. Last one. Don't take everything so seriously. What?
Hey, look.
I don't take everything.
She don't take everything seriously. She just take more seriously.
It goes back to the overthinking too. Like I over process things that are happening, and sometimes like with buying the house, it can get really overwhelming because it's so much, and I'm just taking it serious, which it was serious.
Very serious.
But I don't know. It was just a lot. It's hard for me to
yin and yang. That's why like it's not important. Some people marry the same type of person as them. Like they have everything in common. But like, I feel like it's better when they're not the same because
they balance each other
out. Like she'd do the overthinking and I'm over here staying calm.
Yeah. He tries to calm me because I can get kind of and I thank God that I even believe in God because I feel like if I didn't have my faith, I feel like I probably would have went like crazy by now because it's hard thinking like that and having feel like you have so much on you, and it can easily turn into depression. It can easily turn into like strong anxiety, like having anxiety attacks. I just think like you know, I can see how people have anxiety attacks. Like, I've never gotten to the point where I've had one, but I believe I would.
By the grace of the good
You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't think I take everything seriously. It's just
certain things that just
I get like, overwhelmed. I overthink. It goes back to overthinking. Like I you know, it's a lot.
And that's why, like, I mean, my logic is simple. You know, if we both were overthinkers, we'll be in a world of hurt.
I don't know what would happen.
Like,
we both be wondering.
Like, we both can't panic.
Yeah. Somebody
got to stay calm, and that's me. That's how, you know. And that might be somebody else in their relationship, but somebody got to stay calm because we got to figure this thing out. If there is a real issue, even if it's like a very serious issue.
Sometimes, and the reason why it's good for him to calm me down is because it's good for me to think it out, because I think steps ahead, and that's you know, very, very important, because sometimes he doesn't think steps ahead, and I'm already thinking steps ahead, but it's overwhelming because I'm thinking steps ahead and I'm thinking, you know, everything. So when he calms me, then I can like make a plan for those steps that I see ahead. So that's kind of like, that's where the balance comes in. But yeah.
And like 80% of the time, I don't never think ahead.
I think the other part, the other part too about not taking things so seriously, don't let your marriage be so serious. I think it's good to like joke and laugh. You know, we laugh a lot. Mm-hmm. We make each other laugh. We're very, very goofy. You know, I think that's it too. Like, don't be so serious. Like, not only is this my best friend, this is like my comedic partner here. Like, we just be dying laughing. Nobody may think it's funny, but we do.
For some reason, like, I could just come up with stuff off the top of my head, just like random.
That was the last one, guys. Let us know if you agree with any of these pieces of advice. We did agree with some. I think there was only like 2 or 3 that we were kind of like, they can leave that off. But advice is good, and receiving advice is great. But just remember to, like we said, eat the meat and throw out the bones. Take what's good for you, even out of whatever we say. Take what works for you and do what you do with it.
But there are 2 things I would say that are just period and true. Marriage is hard work, and the goal is not getting married, it's staying married. So figure out how you can do that. Mm-hmm. And that's throughout your whole lifetime, whether you've been married 1 year or 100 years. Every day you're figuring out how to stay married, I guess.
Thanks guys so much for watching. We're happy that you clicked on this video. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for the new subscribers. Hey everybody, we're new subscribers here. We got a few.
You're getting up there, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
We enjoy making these videos for you guys. Just make sure you keep watching. Watch some old videos if you would like. Watch our first advice video.
Yeah, I throw that up on the video, man. Y'all can click it.
Yeah, so thanks so much for the support. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody. So, you know, if you have anybody you want to share it with, share the link. Ben&Tanaye, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
And we are gone.